Okay, this is day 72, Friday, and oh my gosh, this is why you don't send your winter gear home yet. I'm up on the top of White Top Mountain. It's rained all night, stayed drier. Well, not as dry as I hoped, but drier than I probably should have, given the fact the wind was blowing so hard and blowing the rain up underneath the tarp onto the tent and leaking through the screen. It did get everything packed up, waited for the break. Hasn't rained yet. I'm gonna get walking 7 miles to get to the next shelter. About 11 or 13 after that to get to the next one. I gotta get through Grayson Highlands. You can't camp there. Might not see any ponies today. The weather's like this. I may not enjoy the Highlands, so I may have to come back someday and see them. But right now, my biggest fear is hypothermia. It's 50 degrees, wind chills probably down around 35, and the temperature is supposed to be dropping. It's going to get, it's called, the hazardous weather report said blistery, like 33 degrees with 35 mile-an-hour winds, and that's at the next shelter. So I got to get up to that Thomas Knob and get down off of the mountains. So that's my goal today. I've got 200 liters of water. That's about a couple of cups. So I need to get to a water source. I'm dehydrated, which also isn't helping with the cold. So I need to get some water and need to get hiking and get warm. So we'll see you guys down the trail. We're gonna go hike on, and hey, today I feel like a survivalist. Well, in 2.5 hours, in an hour and 15 minutes, I walked 2.5 miles and got water. Took a break and got water, and had to take a dump in the woods. And hey kids, if you don't know what that is, ask your mom and dad. Anyway, I'm down here now at Virginia 600, where the Elk Garden Trail is. There's supposed to be views. It's amazing because I'm sitting in the opening here of a public restroom out of the wind. I was hot and sweaty as I came down. Was going to take my coat off for the next bit because I'm going to start the climb up to Rogers Mountain. But now that I've stopped just for a little bit here, I am freezing. So I may have to actually get back in the woods and get warmed up again before I take my coat off. Because I'm starting to sweat underneath it, but now I am cold. So here are the views. There are views here. Let you see the views. So, here's the views. I guess one day I'm going to have to come back if I want to get the great views. But oh man, that wind's cold. I'm going to take a little break, get some calories in me, go find the trail. I think it's across the street, but haven't seen a blaze yet, so I'm going to go do some exploring and then get hiking up to Rogers Mountain. Alright, I climbed up out of the gap there with Virginia 600, and it's kind of cool. You can actually, it's amazing how the white blazes will actually almost glow in this kind of environment. There's a stick with one on it right there, and yeah, before when I've walked in an open area like this and they've had the blazes on sticks, I was thinking, man, they're kind of close together. But then you get up in these conditions and it's like, man, where's the next one? I gotta be careful. I already hyperextended my knee once today. See, there's the next one there. And oh, there's another one on a rock sticking out right over there if you can see it. So about the time you go, okay, where's the next one? It kind of pops up. So good going, trail maintainers. You're marking them like they need to be marked. I bet there's good views up here. Oh, there's even a bench, and it says great views from the bench and take photographs. But oh well, not for me today. Is that cool how that starts to glow? It's next one down there. All right, better stop dual tasking or I'm gonna trip on these rocks. So when I say rocky, and when I say rooty, and when I say water coming down the trail like a waterfall, now you know what I'm talking about. It's been like this all day. Nice pine trees though. Just keep slugging along. Well, I bet this was a Blue Blaze trail to an incredible view, but not gonna happen today. I just keep working up through the evergreen forest here. Keep moving on towards Grayson. Well, the top of Mount Rogers is back to my right. The half-mile trail up is enshrouded in fog, so I won't go up there. But here's a beautiful view. Isn't that beautiful? All this is raspberries or something, or blackberries, some sort of a berry, wild berry. But man, it's just been covered. The mountain's been covered with them. Where it's been open and sunny, they've been growing. Pretty amazing, beautiful view. Well, this is the Thomas Knob Shelter. There's Mount Rogers. There's a valley, beautiful valley. Must be pretty remote because there is no cell service here. I get zero service showing up. Water's down there, but I got mine on the trail. Alright, ran into two guys southbound hiking, going down to Damascus for trail days, and the next 5 or so miles to Wise Shelter is very, very rocky. And he said there are a lot of really nice campsites up here, so this is on the list of a place to come back to. Maybe bring my sons up here backpacking. Maybe even Leslie would venture up for an overnight. Well, the state park isn't for another 3 miles yet, but there's still some ponies over here. It's kind of cool, huh? This is so typical Appalachian Trail. You just go into another macro environment. It's like I've been transported out west. Wild ponies down there. Yeah, just like I got transported out west. Pretty neat. Okay, I dropped my pack for a minute, and they thought I was getting treats out, and they all came at me. And then when I wasn't getting the treats out, they started licking all the salt off of my pack straps. And then they started looking at my pockets where I've had snacks. So obviously they've been fed and they were expecting something. So if you come here, I guess bring something, because otherwise you can disappoint them. I am sure glad that it cleared up today. I'd be really disappointed if I was walking through this in the clouds and in the fog. I know I missed some this morning, but my goodness. Is this awesome or what? Almost feels like I'm in a different country. The way the landscape's changed. All right. The ponies before were actually outside the state park. I was mistaken. We didn't enter the park boundary until right up there, as we came down off those cliffs up there. Very beautiful view. Oh, shoot, I forgot to take a video. About 100 yards back, I crossed the 500-mile point. Is that awesome or what? 500 miles. Can't believe I didn't get a video of it. Actually, it's about 300 yards back. I don't want to turn around and go back. Anyway. 500 miles. There's a song, isn't there? That would be somebody wanting to walk 500 miles for somebody. Can almost hear the tune in my head. About 500 miles. Ooh, this one's pregnant. And that one might be pregnant too. They're all pregnant. You guys are eating well too. Much too well. I don't know. I think you're pregnant. That's what I think. Thank you for moving for me. Not every day you get to walk through a state park where there's wild ponies. Appalachian Trail northbound, that's me. Nobo 500 miler. How about them apples? Appalachian Trail. Let's see. Huh? I guess I go this way. Old Orchard Shelter 8.1. That's where I originally wanted to go, but I don't have 8.1 in me today. So I'm going down to the Wise Shelter. The rocks have been way hard on my knees today. All right, everybody, hasta la vista. Well, everybody, what a Friday the 13th, day 72 this has been. That's my sleeping bag. Actually, it's a quilt and my tent hanging out. I'm at the Wise Shelter. Still in the park, required to stay in the shelter since it's inside the park boundary, which is okay. The terrain here is, even though it looks nice and grassy, it's really rough and choppy, and it would be really hard to find a place to put a tent down anyway. Anyway, so all in all, it's been a day of totally missed expectations. If you remember from the beginning of the day, and the fog and the clouds, absolutely miserable. I was not real happy with the hike down off of White Top wasn't bad, across the road. And hiking up was a little difficult. A lot of roots, a lot of rocks, a lot of water, a lot of mud, a lot of grinding up. Even though it was pretty, it's kind of hard to appreciate it because of the fog and the clouds. And then it broke, and then we got to Thomas Knob, and it cleared, started warming up, the sun kind of came out, and it turned into a beautiful day. Beautiful day to go through the. I was lamenting having to go through the Grayson Park and not be able to enjoy it, and in the end, wow, what a magnificent experience that was. It reminded me a lot of being out west somewhere, like I don't know, Montana or something. But met a really nice couple, a father and his daughter that were hiking together, and had a really good conversation with them most of the way down to the. They were the one that met me at they were at the 500 mile mark, and sorry I didn't get a video of it, but trust me, it was somebody else had put it on the ground. 500 miles, so I'm trusting them. But it was good to be able to do that. Anyway, shadows are getting long. Time for me to get some supper going. I am hungry like you would not believe. I don't know how much miles I did today. Honestly, I don't even care, because whatever I set out to do, I didn't do. Wherever I wanted to get to, I wanted to get the Hurricane, I didn't get there. Couldn't have done it. It was too rocky. No way to know what the terrain is like. I mean, you can look at the profile and you can look at the mileage, but there's no way you know unless someone like me tells you that it was really rocky today, from Rocky Top all the way down here. It beat my feet up, it beat my knees up. A lot of other people are complaining about the same thing, so it's not just me. It was a rough day. So and you can't do mileage. You can't do fast mileage that way. I did that first 5.9 I did in like 2 hours and 45 minutes. Felt pretty good about that, but then everything else kind of slowed down. That's all right though. Well, from the edge of Grayson State Park, the beautiful ponies, the fresh air, the drier humidity, and a good night's sleep. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.